Yeah, a little bit disturbance because of this session. They are allowing for 40 minutes only because we are not a paid member. That's what we need to rejoin again. Yes, sorry for the disturbance because we have the they given 40 minutes only as we have the free membership. If it is paid, then we can go for the uninterrupted.
JHMC and DTCP.
Now we can start. I think. Yeah, I think my voice is clear. So this is a general sales procedure, and before that, and we need to know the in our area what are the authorities is there to give the approvals for construction or development or whatever may be. So in Hyderabad, especially we have the GHMC, that is the core Hyderabad, Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation. So that will be giving the permissions for the buildings and other development activities. The next is the extended area is the HMDA, Hyderabad Metro Development Authority. This is the authority giving for the permissions for the layouts and buildings and apartments, whatever may be developments in that their judiciary. So after that again, whatever the limits crossing the HMDA, DTCP will be the authority to give the permissions for the any type of activity like industry, setup of industries or setup of companies or setup of the SEJs or setup of the anything or regular residential layouts, townships or apartments, buildings, whatever it be, that will be DTCP will be giving the approvals for that. That is DTCP means Director of Town and Country Planning. This is the authority uh, giving the approvals for the remaining apart from the GHMC, HMDA for entire Telangana, except excluding these municipal corporations, municipalities, Nagara Panchayatis, Grama Panchayatis, remaining whatever the land availability, the DTCP is responsible for the giving approvals for that. So within municipality limits, municipalities will be issuing and municipal corporations, that municipal corporation will be responsible for that. And within Nagar Panchayati limits, maybe 1-2 kilometers from the center of the town, and Grama Panchayati, you can see hardly less than 1 kilometer or half kilometer or within less than half kilometer also. That is the Gram Panchayat limits that they can give the permissions for that. Apart from they don't have any rights to give the approvals legally. Illegally they may be giving, but that will be prosecuted or that can be challenged in the court, or they may be authorities will be taking the action on that properties. Here we need to know about the registrations and revenue also. If it is urban properties and other properties also, registration is must. So for that we need to the registration procedure and registration process and what are the taxes and other things we need to know about registrations. If it is a revenue agriculture lands and other areas, we can see the revenue department also, because we need to get registered, and we can see the in the land records, passbooks, ROR, all those things. We need to visit the revenue department also, so that what are the things happen at revenue department must be clear, and what are the things happen at the registration department we must be clear, so that we cannot don't have any doubts, and what are the services available at the registration office, and what are services available at revenue office. And we need to know about the land use and conversions. So just now I told you that whatever the land we are meant for that, in the terms of government, not our personally. So government is decided which land is for which purpose. That is called land use. For example, we are using nowadays for agriculture, and that is decided by government. That is we use for the land for the agriculture means the land use is agriculture. For example, the government want to be develop a SEZ on that agriculture land, and that is notified as a SEZ. I mean, non-agriculture land. So that the land use will be changing from the agriculture to the non-agriculture. Otherwise, if you are private people and we are selling our land and we want to develop a township there, and we want to change our land from agriculture to non-agriculture, or we can say agriculture to residential. So whenever we are using the different purpose industries, we are changing land use from agriculture to industry. If you are changing for the townships, we are changing to the agriculture to residential, or we are develop SEZ like for SEZ. Like this is called changing one form of the activity to the another activity. Another form of activity is called land use change. So for that we have the separate procedure for that. So we need to visit respective authority for that. So after that only we can go for the approvals, permissions, and construction. So that is the first thing in the when we want to go for the other type of activity in that respective land. So here we need to know some more documents and verification, because if we are into the real estate or investment side, or we want to become as a consultant or advisor, we need to know all those things also. So for example, for plots, we want to see the approvals, link documents, and encompassment certificate, and land use certificate, and future proposals, if any, in that locality. So these all those things impacted on our property in terms of physical position, in terms of appreciation. So that's what we need to see the all documents. For example, in this HMDA limits, if they have the proper HMDA approvals or not, we have to see first thing. And that relevant documents, link documents, means history of that land previously before proposals. So who is owned by land and how it is transferred through legally, and all documents related that is called link documents. For the history of the 40 to 50 years, those documents are called link documents. These are also important. And encompassment means if there are any mortgage, is there are any disputes, is there are any other people are claiming, like that, those are reflected in the encompassment certificate. That we have to see that one before buying the land. Immediately we have to see that one, so that we can know some history of that land. And land use, that is if it is properly approved, then it is okay, and we can see all the documents they will be supplied voluntarily only. So we don't need to force them. They will be supplying all the link documents and approvals, land use conversion, everything they will be displaying for approved authority approved layouts by some companies, not all the companies. If you are requesting, that is very good. If you have proper knowledge and we are requesting, they will be displayed. So second one is agriculture land. Also, when we are buying, people don't know what is the process after the buying, or what is the process before the buying. How can we confirm that land ownership and physical position, and what is a record saying, and this all those things don't know, because when we are going to some other new place, we can't see all those things. But we need to proceed in a proper way using systems, so that we can get the all details in short duration. So like that, if you see the agriculture lands, we have the passbooks, that is a ownership document, and ROR is a that will showing the rights on the land, who is the rights on the land. And we can see the online status also nowadays. We can see the by using portals, we can see the ownership status and all other things also. So mutation status means after buying the people getting the registration, they need to transferring the land. They should be reflected in the revenue records. So that is called mutation. So registration is different, and uh, reflecting the revenue records is different. So that is called mutation. After registration, we will giving that registration documents to the revenue departments, because this is a we purchased this land, and this is a it should be reflected in your record also. So like that, we'll giving the application in proper formats, so that they will be entered into their revenue records also. So that is called mutation process. So after mutation, we will get the passbooks, and it will be reflected in the ROR and online. So that is for agriculture purpose. So before buying, we need to see the so many things, either protected tenancy there, the survey number, what is there saying in the real-time position, on ground, same thing or not, or it will be something, survey number saying something and showing something somewhere. So like that, so many cases is there. We need to check in documents, we need to check in physical position also. Like that, we need to see linked documents, how land is transferred, or he's the real owner or not, and what is the proper, approach roads for that land. Either it is in the government approved roads or not. So like that, we have to see all the details. So then only we will be confident, and we can take the step on that. So the next one is the commercial properties. Here also we have the approvals. We need to check the approvals, and we need to check the encompassment, and we need to see the NOC, no objection certificates, and occupancy certificates, link documents, society approvals, and parkings, etc. We have to see the in the commercial properties. These are the general things we see, and depends upon the property, we can see the more things also. So generally what happens, they will take the approvals, and they will be violated, and after that they will be selling to the different customers or investors. So people will be buying, and after that they don't know what is the process actually, and they don't know the legality, and they don't know the this process, complete process. So they will be buying, they will be taking the loan, and they will be buying. But after that, they got to know that the property has NOC, no NOC, and no occupancy certificate. So means when the government authority is giving approval, they will be keeping some conditions. Like if you are, whatever we are giving permissions, if you are violating, then we forcefully will take your mortgage, whatever they will keeping the 10 to 20% as a mortgage, means security for them to control the violations. So for example, they are taking two floors permission, they are completing the constructing the 4 floors. So means that is a violation. They are in terms of setbacks. If you want to keep the 2-meter setback, they will be keeping only 1 meter or less than 1 meter. So like that, to control the type of violations, government kept as some things like NOC and occupancy certificate and mortgage. These things will be taking care of the violations. So if your property is not getting occupancy certificate, means that means that builder or whoever that constructed property, they are violated approvals. So like that, we can see the occupancy and NOC, then we can confident and they are not violated anything, so that we don't have any problems in the future. We need to understand that thing. So apart from that, society approvals, because different societies have the different setup of rules for buying and selling, so we need to take their approvals. and in the parkings also some properties have common parking facilities. Some are they're separate. I mean designated parking facilities is there. We need to see, and proper documentation for that also we need to see. In terms of same thing, flats also we need to see the approvals, EC, NOC, OC, and the link documents, bank loans availability, and society approvals. All those things we need to check before buying, and so that we will be in the safe position. So here, whoever doing a business or service, they need to follow some business ethics. So because end of the day, our satisfaction depends upon the business ethics only. So whoever giving the service or whoever doing the deal or investing, so finally they will do the different kind of activities. Finally, satisfaction is important, right? So for that we require business ethics. If we are not doing ethically, then we see the mental disturbances or other things also. So success, how it will be succeeded in this business or in these investments. So now we are going to see that one. For that, whatever the things required and how it will be. So generally, success for anything, this is a hierarchy. Start thinking, analysis, planning, trying, doing, and doing again, and keep on doing. Then only success will happen. It may be anything. That may be any sector. That may be any business. That may be anything. This is a general uh, steps to succeed. So general here first, whatever we are deciding, we will decide and observe the things, then we'll try our learning. After that again we'll do the practice. After that we'll do continuity. After that we'll maintain consistency, and after that we'll get the perfection. After that only we'll get excellency. That may be any sector. That may be business, that may be engineering, that may be studies, that may be anything. This is a process. So whoever getting excellence in that, they will be called success people, right? So that comes from the experience and a little bit experience and understanding. So here, who want to pursue as a real estate consulting or advisors will help definitely, and we'll see the investors part now. So this is a scenario in India, uh, in different cities. So like Hyderabad, Chennai, Bangalore, Mumbai, Kolkata, Pune, Noida, like that. If you see the last 3-4 years performance, and especially 2019, so Hyderabad only giving the good returns in terms of returns means yield. So that is a 17% year on year price increased due to various reasons. If you see that in other cities like Bangalore, 3% only, Chennai very less, and Ahmedabad 1% only, Gurgaon 3%, Mumbai 3%, Kolkata, Pune is 1-2% only. These are very marginal because these are cities performed previously before 2018 and 17. They performed very well, but in the 2019 these are the very low yield. But in Hyderabad previously 2016, 17, before that they have the very less yield. But after that 2016 to 19, it has a very high yield. So we can say within these 3 years we doubled our not double, 2 times, 3 times, even more than that also we yielded in the Hyderabad real estate sector within these 3 years. Right? Again, this is if you take in the Hyderabad scenario, these are the land values per acre. So, for example, we are taking as a Uppal, previously that is a 10 crores per acre, now it is a 18 crores per acre. And if it is a Kukatpatli, 31 crores previously, and now it is a 58 crores. This is a less than 2 years time. Just now I told you that within these 3 years we got 2 times, 3 times, 4 times appreciated in different parts of the Hyderabad. That depends upon the location and depends upon the project or other things considering. So like that, if it is Miyapur 14 crores previously, and now it is almost 30 crores, and Rayadurga 28 crores, now it is 50 crores, more than 50 crores. So like that, we can see the value appreciation in the Hyderabad, right? So everybody facing the difficult in the investment, we should we go for the plot or flat? So I can suggest you people see your necessity or requirement, because requirement is different and objective is different. So objective is that if you want to multiply our money, that is our aim or target. And if you want to stay at our comfort and convenient working place, that is our need. So if you want to be comfort and you want to be near to your working place, you go for the flat. That I can suggest you, because that is need for you. And if you want to already have the flat, or you don't looking for the comfort and you want to be multiply your money, then you go for the open flats and any other commercial properties, depends upon the budget available, right? So like that, you can choose the options uh, or take the experts' opinion and suggestions for that. So why authority approved projects is a mandatory here, because you can see the Hyderabad scenario now. So when very little bit rains coming, roads are blocked, drainages are blocked, and water enters to the all apartments and homes. So because of this thing, because previously that all our Gram Panchayati approved roads, that are they violated like anything, they kept only 20 feet road, sometimes less than that. They encroached again all parks and other things. So when population is increased, the facilities is not sufficient, because proper planning done because of the to avoid all those things like this traffic jams, pollution, and drainage issues. Keeping in the mind only, they have the setup of the rules kept by the government. Like this should be the authority should be watched this one and should be implemented strictly. But that is because of violated previously. Now we are suffering because of that. Because of very less widened roads, we are getting traffic issues, congestion due to pollution. Pollution due to pollution, we have our health issues, heart attack, BP, respiratory problems, and again we are going to hospital. We are spending money and losing time and energy. So like that, if you want to avoid all those things, we need in the proper planning stage itself, and we have to implement strictly in the implementation stage also, so that we can see the benefits like uh, we can see the good roads, good drainage, water and power, security, parks and open places. We can see this one, and we can see the swimming pools, jogging tracks, gyms, indoor games, and all those things we can see. And we can see the pollution-free environments, and we can see the encroachments, the protection from the encroachments, and proximity to the Hyderabad, and we can see the good neighborhood, and there is no need of the LRS, BRS, and instant housing loans available, and we can go for the even when we require, we can go for the mortgage loans also, or when we our children going for the higher education. This will be useful for the our assets. I mean, we can show as the assets for the their process. I mean, visa process and our education loans process. We can show up them. If it is not, I mean, authority approved, we cannot show as a property, legal property to them. So like that, we have the other benefits. We can get 70% of the plot cost loan as a loan. Means banks will be giving loan on this one, approved layouts. So apart from this, we will get the financial benefit also, right? So what are the risk and rewards in the real estate? If you see the, this is in India, this is an unorganized sector, and these are the risk, possible risk in this sector, because when we are buying in unapproved layouts and illegal layouts, we'll be facing the so many problems. And when we are buying in the 111 GO conservation zones, and we will be again we will be facing the problems, or maybe we will face in the future. And we again, if it is illegal layouts, we should go for the LRS, and if it is a illegal constructions or violated the building permissions, we need to go for the BRS. So if it is strictly imposed the penalties and taken the strict actions, we maybe lose our properties also. Because if we violated the rules and constructed our building, so they have the all rights to dismantle our property constructed, and if it is a legal layout, then they can revoke to the normal position. So like that, we have so many risks. And if it is uh, not authorized or illegal layout, we have the chance to encroachments also, because they have the different multiple transactions on same line. Everybody will be claiming, and there will be encroachment. They have the possibility also. Like that will be undervalued in the future, and there is no development, and we won't get any yield, because we are keeping investment for the returns, but we won't get anything, whatever we thinking, and what is our target or whatever our aim is not fulfilled. So like that here, we won't get loans, as well as we won't get resale in time. These are the risk in the real estate when it is uh, unauthorized layouts or illegal layouts or inappropriate uh, land zones. If it is in the inappropriate land zones. So like that, you have to see all the things, then only you can buy. Then you will be more secure and safe, and you will get whatever returns you are expecting. So these are some of the pros and cons. So this is a diversify your portfolio. These are the pros, and provides income, application, hedge, inflation. So cons means negative things is that this is required cash investment or money, or labor incentive. If it is construction, it is a labor intensive. And illiquified means we don't have money in the hand, that is illiquified. So whenever we want to buy, then we should get the uh, sell the property, we should get the buyer, or we may be in urgency, we cannot see the immediate money, like, so that is called illiquid. So these are the only negative things, but apart from that, all the other positive things. So when you want to buy a property, you must engage a real estate agent. So because he is working for many years in that sector, and he know the price trends, and price, how much is the value actually, and what is the history of that project and the property. So he know the better things. Things better than the whoever buying. So he may be paying something, but you will be getting the services for that. So that is always better to engage expert in the industry, maybe anything, that not only real estate. If you are into the other sector also, you keep in touch with the professional service people, and pay them, and use their services, because here you are paying very less and nothing, you can say. For example, one person buying a 1 crore rupee, and if it is taking advice with the expert, they may be paying 1 lakh rupee for them. But appreciation, we can see after 2 3 years, they may be getting 2 crores, 3 crores. When compared to that, whatever they are gaining, whatever he paid is nothing, right? And if it is a bad judgment, again 1 crore will be same thing, or less than that. There is no point of our investment, right? So keep in mind, and take always experts available nearby you, and take help of them in any sector. So this is my success formula based on my experience and my background and my research. So this is my formula. If you want to get highest returns, you need to find the right location, and you need to invest in right time, and you need to find the right project, as well as right company also. So with a right consultant or advisor. So if you are combining all those things, you will get maximum returns or highest returns. For example, somebody getting maybe 2 times, with this combination, they may be getting 3 times over a short duration, right? So that is called expertise. So if you are combining all those things, then you will get maximum benefits. The next success story is means so many people invested few decades ago. Uh, they invested thousands. Now it became a crores of rupees, and for last 5 years or less than 5 years, who invested lakhs, now it is crores, right? So like that, it's depend upon the when we are invested and how much time. These are the key parameters to give the proper yield. So my advice is that invest the money and wait for the returns instead of waiting for the investment. So means whoever the given the commitment, then from that time only you will get the returns. If you are thinking that I will do next year, I will do that the next year, then you won't get that much of returns. But you decide all these things, these five things, and invest on that, right? Who else doing real estate? So all companies, whatever may be software and hardware industries, whatever may be, everybody doing same thing. But if you want to details, you go through and research them what they are doing really, right? And all HNIs means high net worth individuals are also doing real estate, and celebrities like you can see the movie heroes or any other famous persons or personalities, they are doing same thing. And all institutions, you may be thinking that in the institutions are they're doing some business or some other services, but finally they are doing the real estate. You have to understand that. So other things, whoever already success people are doing real estate, all success people are doing real estate, generally this will be understanding of the people. But actual thing is that they succeeded because of the real estate investment. If you take as a Telugu film industry, Nagarjuna, or before that, Akine Nageshwar Rao and Jayalalitha, so they invested whatever they earned money, like 50,000, 5,000, 1 lakh. Now it is a crores of rupees. So because whatever the investment in the 50 years, 60 years, now is a crores of rupees. Those because of whatever they invested right now. Previously, whatever they invested previously, now we are seeing is the status of their Nagarjuna and their sons like that. So you have to understand that one. This is a matter of the time and investment amount. So these are the key stakeholders in the Hyderabad. We can see the companies. These are to construction and layouts and other commercial complexes. These are the key players in Hyderabad. Uh, so you can see the many companies from small companies to the top companies in the Hyderabad. Apart from that, whoever giving the loans for the, I mean, bankers, and we can see the other stakeholders also. So who is in the real estate sector or indirectly, directly, right? So this is about myself. I'm into the real estate and almost advise more than 200 people as for investments and for career guidance. It is also more than 200 people. I'm a advisor for central government and state government also, technical advisor. So, believing me means don't believe me or anybody. You just go through the authenticated information, because if you want to do anything, you should do according to local government rules and regulations that you need to know. Then only you will be confident and you know the what you are doing. So for that, I am suggesting for real estate there is a real RERA Act. This is the link for that, and you can search NBC National Building Code, and you can go for the government acts and GOs in respective your areas. So that you should be familiar with all those things. Then you will be very competent, and you can give advices to the people very confidently, right? So you go through all these details so that you will be gaining some knowledge in this. So if you want to start as a consultant or advisor, these are the requirements. One is ID proof, other PAN and bank details, photo. These are required to start up you as a consultant, right? So this is about our company, Spare Solutions. We are into the research and investment in the real estate sector in Telangana especially. So these are my contact details. You can contact me anytime for any service or any suggestion or any feedback or any queries. Yeah, now you can start any queries or any suggestions or any feedback. You can start also now.
Yeah, Suryaprakash garu, it's a very good session, and
Yes, sir. Thank you.
very learning. It's definitely learning for me.
Okay.
But one basic question: is it the right time now to invest? Because
Yes,
we
sir.
have seen very good growth last 4 or 5 years. There was very good growth,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden this situation has come. This Corona situation.
Yes.
So would there be likely some more downtrend will be there, or?
So that we need to take the case to case, sir, because we need to see the company, we need to see the location, and we need to see the other things. Just now I told you 5 parameters, right? So, but
Yeah.
trend may be different, and maybe if it is project is good and location is good and everything is good, that won't be impacted generally. So,
I
for
see.
example, if we see Corona case, so
Hmm.
90% people are affected, but 10% people are not affected, right? So like that, if it is a good qualities in terms of all, that won't be affected.
Okay. So you also provide advice for agriculture lands also, or only
Yeah.
residential?
No, we do all agriculture,
Acha.
residential land. I mean, it's like if you want to buy 10 acres land, then you can use my services. You can take it from me for visit and to see the legality and documents of it.
Yeah.
For that, you need
Okay, I
to
think
pay.
I will. Yeah, I will get back to it again in a private meeting. But
Yes,
may not be that much huge. But as my own interest, I want to discuss.
definitely,
I'll
sir.
get back to you again on that one.
Definitely, sir.
But thanks for this session. It's very
Yeah,
interesting for me.
yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you for attending actually. So giving the session is different, but attending the session is more important.
Yeah, but again, you organized on a very Sunday, right? So yeah, it's definitely a convenient time for most of the people. That's
Yeah,
what I think.
yeah. Thank you, sir. Yeah, anybody, any queries or suggestions, then they can call.
Yeah, Surya.
Yeah, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, it was very useful information. The session was very good.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Welcome, sir. Very good information. You gathered and arranged it in a neat way.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Yeah.
Do you charge any services for providing this consultancy?
Yes, sir. Definitely. Because if you are providing for free, then there is no point actually. Because
Suppose somebody is going for a duplex or is a plotted farm, how do you charge, on what basis?
that we'll discuss in personal, sir. Because case to case, we have to see that.
Okay. Where is your office located here?
We don't have office right now. Have different offices and work from home only.
Okay. Okay, we'll contact through the email. Okay, right.
Yeah.
So I have a question. How safe is it for women to venture as real estate consultants? I don't see any women in this field. Is it something very rare thing here?
No, madam. So many people are working in this sector. If you visit our office, you can see more than 30-40% people are ladies work. They are very successful actually. In fact, in the last 3-4 years, that people are, ladies are increased in this sector, as well as their success rate also very high.
Yeah, I see some women also driving some big construction companies. Recently, when I went to
not only companies, they are into the every sector of the real estate. They are into engineering, they are
correct.
into the sales, they are into the construction. We can see that, we can show that so many examples are in live if we have time.
Yeah, I see recently in Aryamitra Constructions also.
Yeah.
I think the main driver was
So I have
woman.
a,
She was driving that.
Yeah, madam, please.
I have a question. Like, to have a good understanding of the prices across various regions in and around Hyderabad to have a grip on the prices and all these things.